Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today we have a huge Lizzo update. So if you're aware, we posted a video on Lizzo, and I think it was 3 of her former employees were filing a lawsuit against her and her dance captain. Well, within the preceding days, there was everything from people saying that it wasn't true, that it was lies, to all of this mess. Lizzo ended up responding like 3 days later and said that she will not allow her character and all her good work to be undermined by this. Well, Lizzo faces harassment allegations from 6 more former employees. So 6 more employees have now spoken out against Lizzo. So it's no longer the 3 that were originally speaking out. It's now more, which is crazy. So let's read this article. This is an article from page 6. This is becoming bad as hell. Not that I'm quoting a Lizzo song. More people are accusing Lizzo of inappropriate behavior after the singer was sued for sexual harassment by 3 of her former backup dancers, which we talked about here on YouTube. If you want to go see that, you can go watch that video if you want, or if you're already aware of the news, then you're aware of it. Attorneys representing the lawsuit against Lizzo, 35, which, by the way, remember, who's her, is it Martin Singer or something like that, or Marty Singer is apparently her lawyer, and he's the one who is, like, working with, like, Jonah Hill and all of these, like, isn't that who it is? Right? Lizzo's 35. Yeah, I don't know what age I thought Lizzo was. For some reason, is this delusional? I thought Lizzo was in her 20s. Marty Singer. Okay. Am I delusional for thinking that Lizzo was in her 20s? Okay, people are agreeing with me. Sorry, I thought she was like 20 something. Well, 35 is still young. Lizzo, 35, confirmed to page 6 on Wednesday that they have been reviewing and vetting new complaints from at least 6 people with similar stories who worked with the twerking pop star. Not that description. Lawyer Ron Zambrano shared that his firm has been examining dancers who worked with Lizzo on her Amazon Studios reality show, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls. Well, the big girls are watching out for Lizzo after all these allegations, at least. Which is so crazy, by the way, that the show is centered around, like, lifting up and, you know, appreciating and creating a safe space for, in Lizzo's words, the big girls. But yet this entire lawsuit is about how she allegedly mistreats the big girls. Zambrano said in a statement that the original 3 accusers have bravely spoken out and shared their experiences, opening the door now for others to feel empowered to do the same, which, by the way, is something that happens. I saw that people were like, oh, like, this is what happens. Now everyone speaks out. You know, once one person speaks out, like, everyone speaks out. And I'm like, yeah, that is exactly what happens. Like, I don't know why that's a drag. Like, people are, like, trying to discredit these new 6 people that are speaking up with being like, oh, here they are jumping on a bandwagon. And I'm like, but you're openly admitting that once people speak out, it's, you know, a safer space for other people to speak out. I don't know why that's a drag in any way. Like, safety in numbers. Yeah, that's a good point. So the allegations are of a sexually charged environment and failure to pay employees. So now there's, like, a new added level to this. Zambrano added, some of the claims we are reviewing may be actionable, but it is too soon to say, he said. All right, so at least 6 more people are being vetted into the sexual harassment case against Lizzo. Just last week, dancers Ariana, Crystal, and Noelle accused the Good as Hell singer of allegedly subjecting them to endure weight shaming, basically degrading them, like sexually, different behavior like that, and participating in disturbing shows, according to the lawsuit obtained by page 6. So this was, you know, the story that we had talked about. Plaintiffs Davis and Williams claimed in the filing that they were eventually fired while Rodriguez allegedly resigned over Lizzo's stunning actions. You know, I understand the use of the word stunning there is like about, you know, shocking actions, you know, like stunning actions, but to me, that kind of reads as like stunning actions. You know what I mean? Like her amazing actions. I don't like that word whenever it comes to describing something bad. Stunning accusations. Madonna stuns in new selfie. You know what I mean? The 3 women claimed that the Grammy winner pressured them into attending a sex show in Amsterdam's red light district while on tour in the Netherlands in February 2023. So this is all very recent, right? This was what the original 3 people had spoken out about. Things quickly got out of hand, the lawsuit claimed. Lizzo began inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas, and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. So basically, the accusations were that Lizzo was pressuring the dancers into engaging in this behavior that they didn't want to do. And again, it was said to us that the dancers that went to Lizzo's after parties were favored by Lizzo and got more job security because they were becoming closer to Lizzo. The dancers alleged that Lizzo then deceived them into attending another nude show, thereby robbing them of the choice not to participate, the documents state. So we talked about this as well, that they were, invited to after parties, and when they show up, it's like sex shows and stuff. And also told security guards to strip. Yeah, allegedly. That was another thing. Davis also claimed in the lawsuit that she once had to soil herself on stage during an excruciating re-audition process because she was fearing the repercussions of excusing herself to go to the bathroom. So this was a time when it was said that Lizzo randomly sprung on the dancers that they were going to be doing a 12-hour re-audition process, and one of the people who is suing Lizzo said that, she was scared to go to the bathroom because of how intense the process was, that she ended up soiling herself, and that this was very normal within this work atmosphere. So basically that Lizzo was like the worst person to work with. The dancers worked with the artist on her Amazon Studios reality show, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls, which is an ironic name in theory now after what we know, because Lizzo is looking out for the big girls to try ruin them, allegedly. Davis alleged that Lizzo fired her on the spot after learning that she had recorded one of the meetings, even though it was a purpose of having a copy of the notes. So basically what happened there was that Davis was fired because she had recorded a meeting with Lizzo. And the reason that she says she recorded the meeting was because she was having some medical issues where she wouldn't remember or something like that. So she had to record it for her own personal use to be able to listen back to the meeting. Once Lizzo found this out, she apparently turned into the worst person ever and then ended up firing Davis on the spot. And also, I'm pretty sure in the original one, it said that Davis was like locked in her hotel room until like they could clear her phone and stuff like that. Like really, 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 really awful stuff. Okay. So meanwhile, Rodriguez alleged that at one point she feared that Lizzo intended to hit her and would have done so if other dancers had not intervened. The stunning nature, see, you know what I mean? There's that word again. Oh, the stunning nature. Madonna stuns in you, selfie. The stunning nature of how Lizzo and her management team treated the performers seems to go against everything Lizzo stands for publicly. Now, whenever allegations like this come against these big celebrities, normally it will always get talked about in media, but the reason the Lizzo thing is really, really, really mainstream and like is so shocking to people is because Lizzo's entire brand is body positivity, loving your neighbor, as, Jesus Christ sissy, says, loving your neighbor. And it does say that in the Bible, a quote from Lizzo, love thy neighbor. No, but her entire brand is, loving each other and loving yourself. So whenever all this comes out about her being like the worst person, it just kind of contradicts her entire brand, which kind of crumbles her entire celebrity persona, which is probably the worst thing that can happen to a celebrity other than being sued for like sexual harassment and stuff like that. Like when you then lose your core demographic because apparently you've went against that behind the scenes, it's not, yeah. So the stunning nature of how management treated their performers goes against everything that Lizzo stands for publicly, while privately she was allegedly weight-shaming her dancers and demeans them in ways that are absolutely demoralizing, the plaintiff's attorney Ron Zambrano said in a statement. The plaintiffs are suing for general and special damages, as well as damages and attorney fees. Lizzo has since responded to the accusations and she called them outrageous. Now, I wonder if this is going to... I want to read what she said again. It's on her Twitter. Let me pull that up really, really, really quickly so we can read what Lizzo said. We read it in one of the last videos, but I think it's interesting reading it now, knowing we know that there are allegedly 6 other people involved in this lawsuit now. Okay, so Lizzo said, and it's the last thing she had posted, "These last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations." So, okay. But these are as unbelievable as they sound, which is a weird thing to say, and are too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. And then we go on. I'm not here to be looked at as a victim, but know that I am also not the villain that people are portraying me in the media as. I'm very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I'm not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect of women around the world, and I know what it feels like to be criticized for my weight. So that was what Lizzo's response was, okay? Yeah, and a Notes app apology. I've already made fun of that, but there's that. Not Lizzo doing the influencer mold. I can't believe her attorneys were like, post that, post that, post that. I don't know why people are so scared of filming a video and just uploading it even to Twitter. I feel like that comes across more personable than, I feel like a Notes app is already just trolled. Anyway. So Lizzo responded to the accusations and called them outrageous. So this is what we already know. So she then claimed that the sensationalized stories were already, to be disproven because the workers had publicly admitted that they were unprofessional on tour. So here we see Noelle, here we see Ariana, and here we see Crystal. So these were the original people that were suing. So Lizzo goes on to say that it was never her intention to make anyone uncomfortable, but she's not a villain. I'm very open with my sexuality. It's being used against me. Lizzo said that she was body shamed herself on a daily basis and would never ever criticize someone or terminate an employee because of their weight. She's not going to let the good work she's done be undermined by this. And then it goes on and says, Lizzo has faced serious backlash amid the lawsuit, including the loss of thousands of followers on Instagram, and the 2023 Made in America Music Festival, which would have marked her first concert since the lawsuit was filed, was also abruptly cancelled due to so her appearance in a festival was cancelled due to severe circumstances outside of production control. Meanwhile, the singer's former dancers slammed Lizzo's dismissive statement, accusing her of showing an utter lack of empathy. Reps for Lizzo did not respond to Page Six requests for comment. Lizzo's first concert since the harassment lawsuit was cancelled due to severe circumstances outside of production control. Due to severe circumstances outside of production control, the 2023 Made in America Festival will no longer be taking place. The decision has been difficult and was not made lightly. Made in America has a legacy of delivering exceptional experiences for music fans and concert goers, and it's our commitment to deliver a top-tier festival experience. We look forward to returning in 2024. Interesting. Now, this isn't just them canceling her slot, but she was the headliner for Labor Day weekend, which is interesting. Well, I mean, here's the thing. When you have this many people coming out against you and you're not immediately shutting it down and stuff, and let's say she's going the legal route, in the court of public opinion now, if Lizzo doesn't do something quick, she has lost. Like, how are you going to have 3 people sue you and then now Page Six have it on record that at least 6 new people are speaking up against the same thing? It's not a good look, and it completely goes against Lizzo saying that my integrity is being ruined by these people because now there's more people. So this is a really, really, really bad look for Lizzo, and I definitely wanted to get to this update, and we will be following, and this is crazy. It really is.